probably say I'm difficult. I probably talk too much.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the pre-roll show. Playing a little artist I discovered yesterday called John Grant. Probably everybody else knows who he is, but we're going to be joining you in a few minutes. Everyone's here. Trinity's intact. Feeling emotional. It's a nice little progression there.
Is it John Brand?
John Grant.
Grant.
Those are some good chords. 65% more of the time.
Sure I got it here. Yes.
Oh,
Let me know when you're...
I'll tell you what, Doug, since we're synced up on our clocks,
Yes, sir.
you hit that at 9 a.m.
Gotcha.
Try to do it without communication,
Gotcha.
just through understanding of time.
Time doesn't exist, but when that says 9, I will do it. That's right.
Listening to John Grant here, his, I guess, new single. It's called GMF.
I'm more of an Amy Grant guy.
I hear you.
Actually, I'm more of an Eddie Grant guy.
Electric Avenue.
I'm a Ulysses
Romantic
S.
Stone.
Grant. Ulysses S. Grant. Doug.
Come on.
Oh.
But I am the greatest motherfucker that you're ever gonna meet. From the top of my head,
These guys are a real braggart. You know, it's like...
Calm down. Watch the clock, Doug.
Shit. You're right.
don't forget you could be laughing 65% more of the time. You could be laughing 65% more of the time. I should have practiced my escape.
Tell your friends we're live. We're going in less than a minute right now.
Attracted to males.
Come on.
But you said that I should learn to love myself.
Uh-oh.
Make up your
I like having fun. I like to laugh.
Good morning, everybody.
Nice work. People who can make me laugh. I like having fun. Good morning.
Yes,
I like to laugh. I like having Good morning.
Meet people who laugh.
Come on! Let's go. Okay.
Me too.
Oh, baby.
Bring it on back.
Yeah. Digga-digga-dong, digga-digga-digga-digga-dong. Wrong, digga-digga-digga-dong, digga-digga-digga-dong. It's Friday, everybody. Welcome to Office Hours with Tim Heidecker and Vic Berger
Hello.
and Doug Loosenhop, Doug Pound.
Good morning.
At Doug Pound, at Twitter. At Twitter, Doug Pound, at Twitter.
Good morning, everybody.
I'm just burping and watching the show. I'm lost. I'm just watching the show on the delayed stream. Just enjoying the show. I'm just watching it on the screen. Just watching me talk
I love that.
and having fun doing it. But I am the host of the show, so I should clean up my act a little bit and get the show going.
Quit living in the past and get with us.
Get
Come on,
in
let's
there.
go.
Welcome to everybody in the chat room. Good to see everybody here. We're instituting a new, I hope, honestly, folks, I hope it's a temporary policy of I have to plug in my phone here so it doesn't run out of batteries. Hold on.
Why do you hope it's temp?
Well, because there's something beautiful to me about the spontaneity of the calls coming in, especially from our friends across the water, international friends. And there's something exciting about the element of surprise and the element of people out there watching the live stream, realizing that they can make the choice to call in. They make that choice. And then we answer the phone, and it's whoever is on the other line, we don't know. But we continue to struggle with the realities of the tech industry and their subversion of our vision. And as a temporary stopgap, we have instituted the policy of giving out an email address where you can send in your question or comments or whatever you want to talk about, and we will call you. So, let me say, the email address is... It's coming your way right now, so write it down. Get a pad of pen. Gonna write it down. Get a pad of pen. Gonna write it down. It's officeHoursLive@gmail.com. And we've already gotten a ton, Vic, a ton of questions. A lot of people want to be involved with the show.
Oh, come on, let's go.
And we only probably do 10 or 15 or so questions or calls throughout the show. So this is going to be an interesting experience. And I think it could be okay. But we will continue to look into setting up an actual call bank, some kind of more professional way of receiving your calls, because I do want you to call in. I do not want anyone to think that I'm cowering or scared or I'm, I've been sort of scared off receiving calls from the trolls. Yeah. So it's not what this is about. This is about, last time you heard it was the bings and the bongs constantly. And let's move off the subject, Doug. But Vic, you had something to add?
So international callers are done. It's American
They're not
only.
done necessarily. I don't know. It's a question of if Aristotle can call international numbers on there. I don't see why not.
Does it work? Yeah, it'll work. Okay.
I mean, it's a whole new world out there. We are such a small world. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. Imagine the lyricist on that one. He was just like, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. What are the lyrics? It's a small world after all. Nice. What else? It's a small world after all. Okay. It's a small world after all. Good. What rhymes with that? It's a small world after all. Fucking asshole. Guy probably made millions on that.
Feel like a Kentucky Fried Idiot.
We should come up with more lyrics for that song, Doug.
Let's do it.
It's a small world after all, open for everyone, small and tall. It's a small world, ain't it? All right, stop that. I'm losing it with that.
This is Eric Clapton's new album.
How about this, Doug? Yeah. It's a small world after all. John, Ringo, George, and Paul. Two
Beatles will sing it all.
Especially if you're hey, give me a call. Give me a call. All right, so somebody call Walt Disney and let him know we have some more words for him. Why don't we jump into the calls and see if the system works? That's what we like to do in the show, is start fresh. Start fresh? No. Oh, well, we will have rings and
dings.
Wings and dings. I'm going to mute that.
No, let it go.
Okay.
It's kind of like that.
I'm
tension.
There's a new tension because I don't know who we're calling.
Hello?
This guy is not answering his phone.
Your call has been
And here's the
How about it's a small world after all.
Go ahead.
If you don't like it, go drink some alcohol.
That's not the best message. All right. I realize now we're going to have a bit of a trial and error here where we're going to call people. They're going to not recognize the number. And as I do when I get calls 90 times a day from scams, I don't pick up. But let's try another one.
It's a small world after all. The cigarettes I like are menthol. Something like that.
The cigarettes I like are menthol. Cigarettes I like are cool menthols with a K. Hello.
Is this Tim?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Chris.
Hey, Chris, where are you calling from?
I am from, I'm on the Panhandle, Florida.
Oh, Apalachicola?
Tallahassee.
Navarre.
How do you like
Right next to you.
How do you like me dropping Apalachicola on you?
I guess that's, what is that, north of me? I honestly don't know.
It's on the ocean, man. It's in the Gulf.
Yeah, we're right on the Gulf Coast. Yeah, we're right on the Gulf Coast.
Hello.
I'm in Santa Rosa County.
All right. How you doing? What can I do for you today?
I'm doing good. I sent you a message yesterday. I wanted to tell you a story. You might find it funny. Given our area, I'm a musician and lived here my whole life. And it's really hard to find like-minded musicians. And, even I'm in my mid-30s now, and it's really hard to find anybody who even has time to play music. And I played with this other guy, and we found a drummer on Craigslist like 2 years ago.
What kind of music are you looking to play?
We play,
reggae,
rock and roll, but psychedelic rock.
Psych rock, garage rock.
Yeah.
Cream.
Just kind of singers.
Rock it, man.
Yeah, like Cream. Tame Impala has been, they just released a new song.
I got you.
Cool.
So it's like
I'm all over the place. I love rock and roll.
Cool white guy, lots of pedals.
Yeah.
Lots of effects. Anyways, okay, so now we got the context.
Right, and so I'm looking for a drummer, and so I meet this guy on Craigslist, and in my area you can't be too picky.
Yeah.
And he's he's in his 50s, retired military, and that's run of the mill in this area. So I said, okay, well, seems like he's really serious about the drums, and so he's about an hour away, and so I drive over there.
Okay.
And my friend who I'm playing music with, I'm just kind of keeping up with him and telling him, hey, I'm going to go meet this guy. He seems kind of, just from interactions with him, he's kind of boring, not really interesting. But anyways, we go. I get
Sounds
up
like
with him
you.
and play. Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
like me. Anyway, so retired military, and immediately I can tell this guy is just not enthused with me.
Right.
And,
You want to
and
honor the meeting, though. So you take the meeting.
Yeah. So he's like, show me some of your songs. So I show him one of my songs, and he catches on pretty good. He can play along. He plays really loud though, really loud, and really emphatic on every speech. Exactly. But again, you can't be too picky.
Okay.
And so I leave. I don't really feel like this is going anywhere, and I don't really follow up. But
all right, enough of the drums. Sorry, I gotta yell at my guys for a sec. Enough of the drums.
Okay.
Trying to paint the
anyway,
picture.
so this is the thing. This
I know
is the
what you're
funny
trying
part.
to do. What?
Okay, so anyway, so about a month later, I finally say, okay, maybe we can record this song. I can send you the tracks. If you could lay down the drums. He says, sure.
Lay down.
And I asked him first. He said, send me your email address. And so his email address is his first and last name.
How did you not have his email?
Reagan.com.
Wait. How did you not have his email address up until now?
We were
You guys
texting.
were texting.
We were
Okay,
texting.
thank you. Continue.
Yeah. So anyways, his email is his first and last name at Reagan.com. And I'm like, whoa, that's weird, whatever. Again,
At Reagan.com.
maybe he's a Reagan supporter. But I got curious, so I looked it up. There's a website. Go to ronaldreagan.com. They sell emails.
What?
And it like guarantees, like security, like don't trust the men from Silicon Valley, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So after that, I never sent him an email.
So he bought
I
an
to my-
email address so he can have Reagan.com.
Reagan.com. Be a cowboy.
Yes, and it's this
get your
whole
name.
thing.
Wait,
if you
Vix
go to
found
the
it?
website, look at it. There's testimonials on there.
Wait, go ahead,
People
Vic.
who swear by.
Read a testimonial.
Reagan.com. I got to find the testimonials. Oh, that's my phone. Sorry. Speaking of spam callers, be a cowboy. Get your name at Reagan.com.
And that was the line I drew in the sand. I didn't. After that, I was like, I don't
starts
know.
at $33.
I can't deal with this.
$33 a year.
Yeah.
Well, that's. I mean, I guess it's not
$33
that
a year.
much.
It's not that bad.
starts.
Yeah.
Freedom is never more than one generation away from
Well, and so
extinction.
their pitch to you is that this is like a protected server, that they're going to be. They don't trust Google. They don't trust big tech. I mean, who
Yes.
should? But I guess. All right.
Yeah, well, that's true. But anyways, I thought it was kind of interesting, and
you were like,
You know.
and you were like, I'm not going to be in a band with this guy. I mean,
yeah,
because at some point you want to
red flag, but that
Right.
was the nail in the coffin.
At some point,
That's
you know,
okay.
you want to like the guys you're in the. You want like the most.
Yeah.
The big plus about being in a band is like the fraternity and friendship that you can build with these people, and I understand that would be potentially an impediment. Not that we should only be. Let me just give a little sermon here. Not that we should only surround ourselves with the political ideology that we align with, and we should have a diverse group of partners and friends who might not agree with everything under our ideological platform.
Absolutely, yeah.
But-
And in this area, I can't be choosy because I don't agree with anybody around here. But
Right.
I want to play music, and
All right. Well, listen. Here's a call out to our huge listenership. We have 382 people listening at the moment, but I know so many more subscribe to the podcast, listening right now. At some other point in the future, they're listening. If you're living in the, what is it, Santa Rosa County?
yeah, Santa Rosa County,
Florida.
Panhandle, yeah,
Panhandle.
Escambia.
Any skinheads down there? Oh, I shouldn't say skinheads. I'm trying that's a term for a drummer. Skins heads. Trap nuts. Any trap nuts out there? Any cymbal freaks?
I just put a song on YouTube this morning.
Okay.
It's actually a first release. I actually released it
What do we
anonymously.
search for? And we're not going to play it right now, but
Black Halls music.
Black Halls.
Is
Is that like a licorice flavored cough drop?
Well, it is a cough
Boom!
drop. It is. I found that out later, but yeah, and I guess
Black
it's got
Halls.
a sexual connotation, which is kind of cool.
Really?
I got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Let's listen to it.
Sexual halls.
This is it?
Yes.
This is it.
Is this a gag? This is the final
it's
countdown.
not. Yeah, no, it's I used the original movie Frankenstein, and I cut some stuff and put it together.
Get another track going here.
I can't believe you're gonna listen to the music. Blowing my mind right now.
Is this Reagan.com on drums?
I'm just kidding. That was
No,
that
no,
was not
I
his band.
actually-
All right. Well, listen, good luck to you. Black Halls, we'll see them at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame introduction in 25 years. And before that, we'll see you at the Staples Center. We'll see you at all the big music venues in this country, I'm sure. Good luck to you. Thanks for being
Thank
our
you.
first caller in our
for
new
calling.
email system.
Super cool, man.
Today we are featuring, thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
We are,
Glad you could drop in.
are these Sylvester Stallone
caller.
drops?
Got him in the mix now.
Yeah, well.
Next caller.
Today's pun, which I think have become a popular feature of the show, Pun Challenge, because of the big premiere of Us, which premiered last night, I guess, globally, and will continue to blow up the box office throughout the weekend. In honor of that and my involvement in the film as an actor, we will be celebrating the genre of horror film with horror movie puns. Now, I don't know much about horror movies. I don't have a huge list of them in my brain, and I'm not cheating like Doug probably is right now looking them up. But I will give it my best, and I don't even have one to start out
Well, Tim,
with.
I don't know if today's a great day.
Oh, why not?
Well, it is the 22nd, not the 13th of Friday.
Okay. Did you provide your own laugh track there?
Of course.
Travel around with a...
No, that's the people in the office. They heard.
Oh, right. We're picking that up
They
on your
overheard
mic.
that,
Let me think for a second. No, nobody wants to listen to me think, right? I don't think anyone wants to listen to me think. Anyways, all right. Well, let's take another
I had
call.
a bad dream last
Okay,
night.
go ahead.
Did I tell you about this?
You did?
Really?
Yeah, I didn't think this went out great. But, well, I live on Elm Street, as you know. And, I had a nightmare. We're just getting started here. Jeez, I don't know. I don't know horror movies.
I'm glad you're jumping in first because they're getting some of this shit out of the way.
I don't know horror movies.
I know
very well.
It could be a bad, but maybe our audience will help out and jump in on this. Hello, who's calling?
Maybe I should get out.
Yeah. All right, I guess we're taking a call. Is that correct? Okay, let's receive a call. Hopefully this person answers. Folks, if you're listening, you're going to get a call from a weird number. Just answer it. Don't be a baby.
Hello.
All right, move on.
Oh, come on.
I think if we don't answer on 4 rings, we push.
Yeah.
You got to be standing by.
Okay, here we go.
What do I want to tell you? Anything?
Tim, I got my sister coming in. She's got her new child.
Oh, good.
Yeah, my sister Rosemary, and her baby will be.
Oh.
This is bad.
I know. But we have to go with wordplay.
I mean, okay, I know. I'm trying.
what I
I'm
mean?
trying. Okay, you're right.
It's, yeah, maybe it's a bad subject.
We'll get into it.
Caller. Hello.
This is Patrick.
This is Tim.
Hey, Timmy, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, pretty good. Where are you calling? Where are we calling you at? Where are we hitting you at? Where are we getting you at?
I am in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, the Mile High. The Mile High.
The very same.
What's going on? How can we help you today? And what's going on? And how can we help you today? And what's going on?
Let me. I'll break it down for.
Break it down.
I saw your guy, Delicate Steve, a couple nights ago.
Oh, how was that?
He had a concert over there. It was awesome. I loved it.
I haven't seen him live. Do you guys know who this is? Delicate Steve?
Yeah, he's great.
He's a good guitar man. He played a nice lead guitar on my birthday song that I put out this year.
Yeah, I haven't heard that.
What?
I gotta give that a listen.
Yeah.
I know.
It's crazy that you're not on top of that. People, I have to say, I do so much. I know I do a lot of stuff, and I don't expect everybody on top of everything, but I feel like there's people write me and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know you were in that movie."
Shadow banned.
Maybe I'm shadow banned. I didn't know you were in Us. I'm like, well, but I've been talking about this for like a year, in various ways, but whatever. I got to get over that. I
know you're in Us.
I'm in all of us. I'm inside you, baby. So this is what you wanted to talk about, Delicate Steve, last night? For real?
Oh, I sent an email about the Kinks.
The Kinks.
I know
Yeah.
you're a real Kinks head.
I am. I'm a real Kinks head. How are you? Sorry, I was just waving at somebody
you or anybody else in the Trinity, maybe Vicky or Dougie,
Vicky boy.
knows why they were banned from touring in the States.
What are we, Google?
From like, you can't find it on Google.
Oh, really?
I get
so you're
some
looking for the
cockamamie
answer.
shit about like the
I
musicians
think-
union banned them.
Ooh,
I think it might be a conspiracy.
You know what? I don't retain anything I ever learn. I did read a Kinks biography years ago, and I know it gets into that. I did think it had something to do with them kind of being a little rowdy on their first run, and them like destroying a hotel. That might be folklore, though. Vic, anything?
Yeah,
I don't know. No, I don't know much about that.
I've always thought it was a conspiracy by like the Beatles managers and the Stones to keep them out.
Brian
Weren't they
Epstein.
all the same people though? Like the Stones, like
The Stones.
like they had the same. They had the
You
same.
don't do better than the Stones. You know, you can't get better than them.
just cool out.
We took blues and R&B and put a little rock and roll in it. That's all we did. We've done it again.
I always get so annoyed that
It was all for a laugh.
This is for a fucking laugh, you know.
like how do you say his Ray's last name?
Davies.
Davis, but
No, it's Davies.
he goes by Davis.
What?
And then
Ray
Dave
Davies.
goes by Davies.
Oh, those guys are nuts.
Yeah.
I met Dave Davies. Do you know that?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's friends with Greg, and
Wow.
I met him at at the premiere of Entertainment.
Oh wow.
And it was pretty wild. I mean, it was very nice. You know, how you doing, man? Looking forward to the movie. But then I was like, this guy invented fucking the distorted guitar almost. You know, I'm sure somebody else did before him, but you really got me. That was Dave Davies, man, cranking it. Speaking of Brits, I want to read something to Doug.
Yes, sir.
There it is. Crunch, man. That's got crunch. I just think this is funny to me, and I've spoken, of course, I'm an outspoken opinionator on reviews. I'm an outspoken, we've had the needle drop guy, what's his name again?
Needle Dick?
No. The guy. The guy that does the needle drop reviews.
Needle drop.
I gave him shit, and then we had him on the show. We made peace.
Uh-huh.
Right?
That's
this
how
guy,
you do
what's
it.
his name?
That's
That's
how
how I
you
do
do
it.
Oh.
I blocked on his name. The needle drop guy.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyways, I've talked to many friends of mine that the power of the review has been greatly diminished, and it's interesting. I think it's interesting to see
Anthony Fantano,
nice guy, good, all the best to him. But the power of the review has been sort of changed and diminished over the years, and it's now become this, you're looking at the overall, like the Rotten Tomatoes. What's the overall reaction to something? So in the case of this movie, Us, it's gotten tremendous reviews, and even the ones that aren't like full, like this, even reviews that say that they have issues with the movie, it's still, because of the way the system is, it's still like is presented as a overall positive review. And then that creates this perception that this, it's got this huge number. It's got 98% or something. And a lot of the reviews that I've read were very thoughtful and well written and interesting to read, because I think it's nice to, if you like a movie or if you hate a movie, to go back and read a review of it to see like what confirmed, what you thought about or something. But Doug, I just want to read you this one sentence. I think it's a sentence from the one of 3 negative reviews that the film's gotten so far. And this is from Nigel Andrews at the Financial Times. Are you a subscriber to the Financial Times, anybody?
No.
Negative.
Okay.
No.
It's a British financial banking newspaper. It's like that. It's that, what it is? It's that pink paper. You ever see the pink paper in the newsstands or at the airports?
No.
All right. So here's just I haven't read the full review because it's under a paywall. I can't get to the actual Financial Times. I'm not going to go down to Fleet Street. Where's the street in London? I'm not going to go to Barclays. Hello.
Why not?
I'm not going to go to I'm not going to go to fucking Heathrow Airport. I mean, come on.
They make money the old-fashioned way. They earn it.
Nigel Andrews. This is the quote that they use on the Rotten Tomatoes site. Us seems merely the sum of the first film's critical effluent and influent wish determining the new movie's monody of genre and monotony of tone in the name of a specious homogeneity.
What? Let's break that down.
Us! Here! I say, I am Nigel Andrews from the Financial Times. Us! Yes, us seems merely the sum of the first film's critical, effluent, and influent wish. I'd love to get like the old radio effect on my voice. Like get the old crackling radio like I'm Winston Churchill coming through. Us seems merely the sum of the first film's
Here we go.
Us seems merely the sum of the first film's critical effluent and influent wish determining the new movie's monody of genre and monotony of tone in the name of auspicious homogeneity. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nigel Andrews reporting from the Financial Times. I am here to report on a number of films. I am here to report on a number of films. Vic Berger, Victor, you're here to ask me about certain films. Name a classic movie, I'll tell you all about it.
Have you seen Scream?
I have seen the film Scream. In all the hallowed halls of the Monterey, there is not but one source to this, and shall be a provocatage again of the Doroncha Pantere. We shall never see a film of quite complicity as before.
Nope.
All right, enough of that. Nigel has been added to the roster of guests on the show, you see. I say. A rotten tomato indeed, yes. Splattered it does go, unfortunately. All the best to those who made it, you see, but unfortunately, in a monotony of tone in the name of auspicious homogeneity, you see! Okay, thank you. That's so stupid. Sorry, everybody. No, that's not true. Someone said Nigel is Rock and Roll Gary's Nigel is Rock and Roll Gary's cousin. I don't think they're from the same bloodline.
He's a square cousin.
Oh, I don't know, unfortunately. All right. What else? Let's take another call. Yes, hey.
Yeah.
I do love that. Hello, Nigel.
What about
what
XT?
is
What do you
that
think
song?
about XTC, Tim? Because they're kind of like.
I love XTC. There's some of their stuff's fairly challenging.
They're
musically.
one of my favorite bands. Yeah, I think they're like, I consider them like an '80s Beatles.
Ooh.
So that's what I
Vic
get.
thinks.
But I think they're a little tough to get into. There's like a little code. That
yeah. Did you watch the documentary about
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
So good. If
Are
you
they
can
like
check.
like they're a little bit too
proggy,
up their own ass.
a little a little artsy. But I mean, I'll play you.
What's that LA band that's really arty from the 70s?
There's
and
X.
They're still going. No, there's like the two brothers and they look weird.
Oh, Sparks.
Sparks.
Yeah. They're kind of like a Sparks.
Yeah, they're not quite as weird as Sparks. I think. Let me play you one that I have to remember because I only knew the Skylarking album really when I was a kid, but then when I watched that documentary, I discovered all kinds of cool songs from them. What is this?
Here's one.
Give me your favorites, Vic.
Of the early stuff, this is one of my favorites. This is from '79.
Oh, I've got one. This kind of new wavy. This one's mine. Ready? Yep. Here it is. Oh, shit.
Oh yeah.
Is this like a hit?
Yeah. Definitely.
See, Doug, it's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
But you got to get to the. There's a good, really catchy chorus. You got to wait for it. Get to the fucking hit part of the song. There you go, Doug. This is you. This is for you.
Okay, thanks.
It's building up!
Oh yeah, this is a good tune.
Yeah. Cool.
What about this one? It's like, you know this one? Wait, where is it?
Just talking music, guys. Yeah, Dear God is probably their most famous song.
Yeah.
You don't need to do.
Produced by Todd Rundgren.
Dear God.
Do you
Sorry
know-
to deceive you, but
Do you guys know Dukes of Stratosphere at all?
Yeah,
Not into that?
I couldn't really get into that because it just feels like
Like
I
it's,
just want to listen to
the real stuff.
It's too much of a pastiche.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
I get it. I get that. That's fine.
I'm not like
Next
a
caller.
diehard. Yeah, next caller.
We could do all day about ecstasy.
Oh, let's do some ecstasy on the show, man. Get fucking naked.
I'm not
in
an
here.
ecstasy. All I know is what I saw on MTV, which was "Dear God," and a couple of tracks.
Hello.
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 Hey, guys.
How can we help you today, love?
Oh, well, I wanted to talk about some more music with you guys.
All right, fine. It'll be a music
I
talk.
also want-
We have no guests today.
Yeah.
We had a great run. I think I want to just acknowledge the greatness of the show that I pretty much put on my own with a little help from some friends. But I booked the guests.
You know, I'm doing.
And Miles last week, don't you think that was a 5-star show? That was. By the way, go on the pod. If you're on listening to the podcast, go and rate the show, review it, get us up in those charts. We've fallen off the charts. I don't know why this isn't the most popular podcast. These losers out there listening to the Joe Rogan experience, those pieces of shit. Get on with it. You're wasting your time listening to that nut talk to other nuts. It's like a bag
Miles
of nuts.
Was,
Pardon me?
But anyway,
Maybe Miles was a natural guest. He was,
I'd
very
welcome in
complimentary.
anytime. Doug, do you want to chime in? On
About
how great?
AD Miles?
Yeah.
He's a sweet guy.
Well, but wasn't he a great guest
Well,
on the show?
He was, but like let's make this show great. Let's outdo that one. You know what I mean?
All right.
And with this caller, I think we can do it.
All right.
We keep it in tip-top
So I just
shape.
wanted to
We call it
bounce an idea
sometimes
off you guys.
tippy-top
Yes,
shape.
sir.
What you think?
What was your question?
So I guess it's not really a question, but an idea. You know, I think it would be really cool if I'm not sure if you guys what streaming service you guys use. Do you guys use like Spotify or Apple Music or whatever? I think it would be pretty cool if someone like me could log on there and sort of see real time what you guys were listening to when you listen to it.
Yeah. So how could we do that?
That'd
Could
be
we
a cool
start?
way to discover music.
I wonder if we could start a Office Hours Live Spotify account.
That'd be cool.
We have
yeah.
the email address, right? We have Office Hours Live at Gmail. That's all you need to start a Spotify account.
What's going on here?
And then, can you change accounts within Spotify? Anyone know?
Who has the time?
yeah,
like,
I don't-
who
think
would
what-
want to watch what someone
Like,
else is
in real
listening to?
time.
Well,
like, that sounds like
excuse me. Point of order.
Like I can understand going to their thing and see, oh, what did they listen to today? Go scroll through, but like in
No, I'm
real
just
time,
saying.
why-
Not in-
like
fuck that in real time. I'm saying over time you could get a nice playlist of the songs I play on the show.
well, there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
You sure?
I think it would be cool in real time. You can see what your friends are listening to in real time.
No, but then it gets
on
flooded
the screen
with.
or whatever.
But wouldn't it get flooded with if you're saying other people can add to the playlist, Palladium list?
No, it's
No.
not. It's not a playlist. It's just what it just shows.
I
would
don't
be
know.
Like,
Here's what we're gonna do. You
office
can
hours, what
you
you're
can
listening
step
to.
you could step back, sir. You step back. You're coming at me hard
You
on this.
motherfucker, you.
It's my first call.
You
so
rat!
What
You put me in the corner, and I don't fucking sit in the corner and suck your dick every night.
Where the fuck you get off talking to people about me?
Yeah, how dare you? I ought to come at you. I ought to come at you with a fucking kitchen knife.
Hold on.
Put it right in your goddamn belly. You hear me?
Where's your fucking ball?
I don't take this
congrats
shit
on
from
the
no
big
one.
day, Tim.
Excuse me? This poor
I
guy.
just,
I'm sorry.
you know, today's a big,
It's taking time
no,
out of
it's
his day
okay.
to
It's
call.
a
to get
big day
berated.
for you.
I'm going to grab your
Congrats on the
cock
big
and
day.
cut it off. I'm going to grab your cock and cut it off, you cunt.
Fucking Warren, don't ever go over
I
my
also
fucking
wanted
head
to
again.
tell Vic that
Motherfucker, you.
I finally checked out his Baked Alaska compilations
Oh,
for the first
Those
time,
are some
and that
special
was,
things.
What did you? How much of it were you able to watch? It's 25 minutes.
And then I
long.
saw something that he's distancing himself from this movement.
Yeah, he's just the typical
I don't know, it's
grifter,
just
just
interesting.
flowing with the whatever movement's
It's
happening.
too late for you, kid.
And he
So
can't-
many
yeah.
frauds out there, huh?
Can't get a job because he's like associated with the Unite the Right and everything. So, he's gotta
Doug,
do
did you get a
something.
new system over there?
I think in all fairness, I should
What are
explain
you
to you
using
exactly what it is that I do.
He's just now Doug's in his own world.
Well,
He's in his
take it
own
in.
show playing Joe Pesci clips. The bit has passed, and he's still playing those clips.
And guess what?
So what?
Can't really hear Doug or Vic.
Oh no,
Yeah, we don't get what that's
Oh yeah,
about.
there's
Okay.
somehow the
Is it-
callers can't hear
I
us.
gotta talk, but I sound like I'm
I can hear
distorted now.
Doug.
No, it's
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear Vic? Go ahead and talk.
Hey, can you hear me now?
No.
Hey,
No, can't hear
There's
that.
some weirdness going on with the input from the board.
Maybe I have my thing.
No. It's not you. It's just the callers. The listeners at home can hear you. So we still have to figure that out.
So, yeah, if you want to hear my responses, you have to go back and listen to the show.
Yeah, so that's another note for the callers that you can't really communicate with all three of us for some reason. But anyway, for Spotify, we'll get a Office Hours official account going with a playlist, and maybe you could learn how to
That'd
get
be
off
awesome.
my back. I'm just trying to live my life, dude. You know?
I just want to hear what you're listening to, Tim.
I appreciate it, and I'm just teasing you. I'm just having a little bit of
Yeah, I
fun
know.
with you. And you're
Hey.
having fun, too. Because I
having
like
fun.
having fun.
If I was
I
in
like
your
to
situation,
laugh.
I'd want to get through this whole thing as quick.
All right, I'll let you go, Tim.
Thank you, buddy. I wish you the best. Have a great weekend.
Glad you could drop in.
Funny how.
All right. Thank you, Doug. Put that on. Get up. Open up a new window, would you? Any horror puns coming up with anyone? I don't
Well,
have
no, but I
any.
have a
Really
musical
tough.
thing. I think,
A musical thing?
you know, you like the band Ween, right?
Yeah, some of it, yeah.
Well, don't you think they deserve their own museum? Their own Halloween?
I love that. See, you're getting it. Now you're approaching it from the right angle, Doug.
Okay, we'll get into it. Dead air. Next caller. There should just always be.
You know what
there should always be a ring going.
Doug,
like
Doug, I love
Yes,
I love to kind of
Have fun.
surprise and freak out
Yeah.
the guy from Jackass Steve, you know. I just love to psych
Wait, what?
I love to psych
Psych-
oh.
Uh-huh.
I love psych Okay.
Okay.
But you're right. I don't know that many horror movies. Hello?
Is this L.A.
This
calling?
is Elton John.
Uh-oh.
Hello,
Hey,
Phil.
Elton, this is Phil.
Hey, Phil. How you doing? How you feeling?
Phil, I'm warning you.
I'm feeling good. Wanted to run some puns by you guys.
Oh, please. We need them badly.
Okay, here we go.
All right. First one. What did Hillary Clinton do when she wanted to know whether or not she should run for president?
What did she do?
Polled her guys.
Poltergeist. No, that doesn't get that sound effect. That gets a cheering sound effect. Okay. What else you got, sir?
What did the medium say when she ran into another group of mediums?
What did the medium say when she ran into a bunch of other mediums?
What?
You conjuring too?
Okay, there's a sequel to The Conjuring. He's got another, folks.
All right.
Yeah. I've got a punchline that I don't have a premise for.
Oh, okay, we can help you there. If you guys have punchlines, we can help you set up the premise. That could be a nice feature we provide for free.
And definitely need Doug's joke laboratory for this one. So the punchline would be for the movie Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Okay.
And the joke of the punchline would be something, and I could not word this joke correctly, that Dr. Jekyll had lost this valuable pelt that belonged to maybe his wife or another lady, and he missed her hide.
Uh-huh.
You got any ideas
Missed her
to form-
hide. He missed
to
missed her
to formulate the premise for that one?
Well, okay, so there was this African dog, right? This woman,
Right.
this woman owned an African dog, and this African dog missed some work.
Uh-oh.
So his boss had to Dr. Jekyll, had to doc her Jekyll, her Jackal.
Oh, darling.
That's good. If you put that
Oh,
together,
that didn't go what I thought.
and then you could use
Okay.
your Mr.
Jack-
Hyde on the second
Dr.
part.
Jackal.
Dr. Jackal.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking to my buddy, and he's like, I want
So
to tell
Phil,
you
sorry to interrupt you,
Oh,
Vic.
yeah,
I just
forgot
want to
that
let
can't
you
hear
know
me.
that we're having issues where the caller can't hear our friends Vic and Doug. So if you don't hear anything, it's Vic talking right now. Proceed, Vic.
I was talking to my buddy, and he said, "Can I tell you a secret?" And I said, "Who's got to keep mum? Me?"
Mum, me?
I can't wait to hear that one.
Yeah,
back.
you'll have to go back.
Yeah, I
and
gotta
listen.
listen.
To that one. Look at this.
Oh, and by the way,
I got the wrong
by
coffee
the way,
today. Wrong size coffee.
I think your Nigel Andrews impression is probably spot on because I looked him up in Wikipedia and he was born in 1947.
I say, the movie. I lost it. I lost the voice. But I want to do a running bit of him reviewing great movies, like classic movies. What is that? The fucking phone? Who's calling, man? Let's see. Name a. Recently, I was forced to watch the movie Citizen Kane. You see?
You know, for real.
What?
He wrote a book. He wrote a book about Jaws. For real.
Oh, is it a good
Maybe
book?
you could review Jaws.
Is it a positive book about Jaws? You think? What if he wrote a whole book about trashing Jaws?
It might be either way. You never know.
Chapter 1. Why no one should see this film, Jaws. It is a disgrace. It is an abomination of film. Oh, dear. Too bad, really, because I do love Roy Scheider. All right. I love the King's Speech. You see? I do not care for these movies with the blood. I recently saw Boogie Nights. Stand by for my review of Boogie Nights. No movie should be seen this way. If I'm going to see a movie about pornography, I should be allowed to masturbate in the theater. I should be able to take off my double-breasted suit and jerk it off. And come, yes, come, into my popcorn, you see.
Nigel, this is a little too ribald for most people here, Nigel.
I say, I saw boobies on the screen, and I received an erection in my penis. I had to go to the bathroom and relieve myself. It's gotten very stupid very quickly.
Tim,
Yes, it has.
did I tell you about my friend Ian? He's got this.
No, you haven't.
Well, we call him I for short.
Okay.
And he makes this ice cream, right? And I got this other friend, John.
Okay.
And John started getting addicted to it. And John was craving ice cream.
Wes.
But I got two thing in the. I got Wes Craven, and then like Scream is in there too at the end.
That's really good.
Scream.
You know, I've just figured out an easy way to transport my my penis around town to my horses. I just hitch cock and off it goes. But I have to tell you, I do have to mention this. This show might just be for the birds. We might just throw it away. We don't know. We don't know, folks. We're looking into it. All right. Thanks, Phil. I'm going to move the show along. I appreciate your puns. I wish you all the best. Have you seen the movie yet? Are you going to go see it this weekend?
Me and the wife are going to go see it tonight. Looking forward to it.
That's fun. Let me know what
Absolutely.
you think privately or publicly, however you want to do that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Tim, I had this fish, this pet fish. It was like one of those bottom feeder.
PF? Pet fish?
It was a pet fish, yeah. It was a bottom feeder kind, you know, that's tough to eat.
Yeah.
And I decided I'm gonna let him go. And so I put him in the toilet. The carpentered the John. The carpenter John Carpenter.
I took my kids for a walk last night through the neighborhood, and the one said, "Daddy, look at that big dog over there." Said, "Where? Wolf." It's a werewolf. Like, is that?
I don't know if there's a movie called Werewolf.
I don't know.
There was a Jack Nicholson movie called Wolf.
And Wolfen.
It's funny that movie was out. That there was a movie starring Jack Nicholson called Wolf, right? Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
1996 or something.
This is a good one. I have a good one. Finally, God damn it! Thank heavens. I was trying to get an answer on how much something cost, and what's that?
Oh, hold on a second. Aristotle's got a joke here.
Well,
Can we try?
no, okay. I'm in the middle of mine. Get him in line. I was trying to get how much something costs. So I talked to my friend Vin, and he. So I emailed him, and Vin sent the price, and it was reasonable. I had to say it was reasonable.
Tim, you know my friend Joe?
Joe?
Yeah. Well, there's a few of them. You know what? There's like the lame guy, and then there's Cool Joe. Cool Joe?
No. Cool Joe.
Cool Joe.
All right, well, I'm in misery here. Then we got to move on. Let's take another call. Oh, wait, Aristotle, you want to really do this joke?
He was just telling about his friends Frank and Stein.
Uh-huh. And Stein, his friend's
Frank N. Stein, his middle initial N.
Good. Good for you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi there. How are you? What's your name? Where are you calling from? Where are we calling to?
Hi, yes. My name is TJ, and you are calling Cherville, Indiana.
Cherville, Indiana. Doug, do we know anything about Cherville, Indiana? Our Midwest representative on the show?
Not a thing. Not a stitch.
Okay.
It's not too far from Chicago.
Well, then Doug should know all about it, Mr. Chicago boy.
I know about Gary.
Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana.
Yep.
Indiana.
We all know about Gary out here.
Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana. What's going on there? What can I do for you, son?
What you talking about, Willis?
Nothing. I'm sitting here with I got a hot dog and a cold German beer.
Mm-hmm. Now we're talking my language.
It's you might say it's my Frankenstein.
There's a better joke.
Yes.
Shame on you, Aristotle, for not coming up with that side of the angle. Good stuff. Anything else you want to discuss today?
Yes. My wife and I, we saw Us last night.
Wife, yeah. Don't spoil it.
spoilers.
No spoilers, you son of a cunt.
No spoilers.
You son of a cunt's a good insult, right? That really cuts to the bone.
That hurts.
What did you think? 5 bags?
We absolutely loved it, and we absolutely loved your part in it as well.
This is what I'm hearing, folks.
It's amazing. You were the greatest, man.
Yes. I got to say, obviously, we don't know each other personally, but I've been a fan for a long time, and just seeing you in that movie and you having that opportunity, it was like seeing a friend or a family member on screen. I felt very happy and very proud.
You know what? I want to say, and I have been getting emotional about this because, and I keep telling everybody, it's not like I'm starring in this movie. Okay, let's just be clear about that. I know my role in the movie. It's a nice role, but it's not like my movie.
Your name's on the poster.
It is on the poster.
Yeah,
Thank you,
pretty
Vic.
big, yeah.
But I do feel, because now that it's coming out, people like you, my loyal audience that have been with me for years and years, are experiencing this little ride I'm on with me.
Yes.
You know? And they see not only, and someone made it without giving anything away, there are certain things about my performance that doesn't feel super detached from my body of work. You know, there's right. So I think people feel personal pride. People feel personal pride seeing that this little weird thing that we've been doing off in the corner that you guys have clicked in with is now a part of the #1, what I predict to be. I say.
Yes.
Will be very likely to be the #1 movie in the country, if not the world.
No doubt about it.
So I understand and I appreciate and am genuinely emotional about the idea that this fandom, this group of people, the listeners of this show, the people that don't, the Tim and Eric fans, on Cinema Fans. This is about, speaking of us, this is about us. This is not about me. This is about us.
Yes.
We built this. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. But I mean, I have to say, Rick Alverson, who did the comedy, that's one of the, like, that Jordan Peele saw that movie and said, I love you in that movie. So he has ownership over this. He's got no points in the movie. He's not seeing a dime from it. But listen, Eric Wareheim, Greg Turkington, to some smaller degree, Doug and Vic.
And a much lesser degree.
All these people who I've been able to collaborate with over the years, and the audience themselves, they do. They cheer when they see me in the movie theater. They say, okay, that's our boy up there. I've been that's why I don't, I have a very inflated, dangerous ego, obviously. That's why I talk all day and I tweet. And it's dangerous. It could go badly. Folks, we're very, very concerned about it. But that's why I post the pics on the fucking red carpet, and I do demonstrate my suits to you guys and stuff. Is because I feel like we kind of snuck in the back door, you and me and the listeners.
Yeah.
And we're experiencing it. I want to experience it with you. I want you to understand that I'm having fun with this. And I hope I don't want to like I said, I don't want to overblow my role in the movie. This is not my movie. I'm happy to be in it. That's clear. But let's move on from this. It's only a movie. There's going to be a lot of movies.
And of course, like, no spoilers at all, but it's a great part, and it's a very important part in the movie. I think you were underselling it, but for the right reason.
Good. Well, we shall say no more. And fuck you, Nigel Andrews. This is very extraordinary. How dare you? I'm a writer for the Financial Times, you say?
I love it. Love it so much.
Oh, dear. All right. Poor Nigel Andrews. I wonder if he knows we're doing an impression of him all day. Probably not. All right. Thank you.
Well, hey, really quick.
Yes.
One more question.
Thank you.
I know Tim and Eric, obviously, a huge fan. I actually got to meet you when you were in Chicago signing the season 1 DVD. So.
Oh, wow. That's a long time ago, yeah.
Yes, but it was great, and you were great. But I have a question for you. Paul Rudd, Kane, one of my favorite segments of the show, probably one of my favorite jokes of all time. I'm going to be fortunate enough to meet Paul Rudd tomorrow in Chicago. Do you have anything that you would wish for me to tell him from you?
No. If I have anything I want to say to Paul Rudd, I'm going to call him direct. I have his number.
I know.
Hey, I got a question. Are you going to go to that weird event that Paul Rudd's face was on the poster of?
What? Are you talking to me?
No, the caller.
What is it?
Oh.
Yeah, why are you meeting Paul Rudd?
Oh, at C2E2.
Yeah, what is that?
That is
it's
like the Chicago Comics and Entertainment Expo. Yeah, it's kind of like Comic-Con.
Oh, man, I feel bad for Paul that he has to go to that. How did he
never done it before.
How did he get roped into that? Jeez.
No idea.
That's a bummer, man. He's like, I worked so hard. I'm away from my family for so long. I get this huge movie. Like, can you leave me alone now? Do I got to go meet you fucking sweaty, sick assholes who care about comic books and shit? Fuck you. Let me be.
I felt like I had to meet him because I'm like, why is he doing this?
I know.
He might never do
He's
this
such
again.
a nice guy. That's why he's doing it. He's such a nice guy, and he's really a good person. And we like him, don't we, folks? We love this guy. He really is a tremendous, tremendous person. Oh, Vic, I was watching. Thank you, caller. Thank you, Mr. Illinois.
Oh, you're welcome, and thank you guys for everything you do.
You're the best. Hey, Aristotle, let's make our next caller a lady if one is available, because I hate when this show becomes a fucking dude fest. Vic, I was watching that Theranos documentary, The Inventor, about you know about this? The woman who started that the blood test.
I saw it.
Yeah.
No, not only once,
I don't know about
but
that.
twice.
Oh well. Yeah.
What was the story there?
The short version of the story is this woman, Elizabeth Holmes is her name, Doug? Correct. and she's sort of this Silicon Valley tech entrepreneur, very young. Look her up. You'll see her. Look Elizabeth Holmes up. And actually, Doug, or if you can get a soundbite from her, she's got a very unique voice. I would say.
Tim,
that'll make you laugh right away.
Tim, I think there's a podcast that I haven't heard that I want to listen to that apparently
is it Office Hours?
It tells the story better about her
than I ever could, than the documentary.
Than the documentary did.
All right, well,
but it leaves out the point that apparently she like lowered her voice to sound like that, but they don't cover that in the documentary.
She sounds a little like this. I'm not kidding. Find her voice now.
It turns out the technology hadn't even been
And I'm hesitant to make fun of her voice because we shouldn't expect anyone to have a certain kind of voice.
She could.
It seems like she's. It seems like she's putting on a voice character, right? But Vic, very quickly, and for my listeners who don't understand, Doug, you work on that, finding the clip, and I'll explain to Vic.
Okay.
I have a voice comparison clip. Let's listen to it.
It was a stunning fall from grace. Elizabeth Holmes to her voice. Holmes now speaks with a deep, commanding delivery, but her former professor says she used to sound a lot different.
We're learning more about Elizabeth.
Well, we're learning more. That's not her, is it?
To eliminate the tubes and tubes of blood that traditionally have to be drawn from an arm.
But it turns out it may have been all an act.
All right, well, this is a side story.
Okay, whatever.
So the story of the documentary, though, is that she starts this big company called Theranos, which is promising to be able to take a blood sample from like the tip of your finger, like a little drop. You put it into this machine that she claims to have invented, and it does like all these tests. It does like 100 blood tests.
But it's a capillary blood as opposed to a needle going in the vein.
Right.
And
So-
the whole thing is because she's scared of needles.
Right. Well, but also because it would be a revolutionary.
Because then you need less blood. Is that all it is?
It's literally like a little prick of the finger,
It's-
and it
you put
gets
it-
put into this little flash drive looking thing, and it's put in the machine. So let me just top line this for
Do
you.
it, top line
and
it.
then we could talk about what's funny about it to me. She raises a tremendous amount of money, and folks, I mean a tremendous amount. Okay, I mean,
Henry Kissinger was on her.
Well, that's the thing is she raises all this money, and the names of people she cons. Well, here's the end of the thing is it's no surprise. This machine doesn't work. It can't do the tests that she's promising. She ends up making this deal with Walgreens where she's like, we're offering this service in Walgreens. But what happens is when people go to Walgreens, if it's not like one of 4 tests that this machine apparently can do, they end up getting their blood drawn the normal way in the arm and sent to Theranos. That's then run on just traditional blood testing machines. Excuse me. How dare you? And what you find in this documentary is this woman is deranged, and she's just lying through her teeth the whole time. Even when she's confronted with this, the Wall Street Journal comes out and prints this big expose about it, and she's like, it's all fake. But there's like the guy writing it's like, no, I have all the information. I have all the data. Anyways, it's a total scam she put on, and it's a witch hunt, folks.
Does she have a background in science?
No
or is
collusion.
She was.
She's like Stanford science, I guess. But anyways, she really felt like she was like the next Steve Jobs. She even wore like black turtlenecks and like everything. And but the list of people that she got that was her investors was like, you wouldn't believe. It was so funny in the documentary because it goes, her initial investors were Betsy DeVos, Rupert Murdoch, Robert Kraft, like everybody on that like the goons list from Trump.
Mnuchin.
Maybe probably.
But
Mnuchin.
wasn't Henry Kissinger?
And then Henry
also
Kissinger
in
was
there?
on the board. So she put this
How
board
is
together.
that guy even alive still?
I know he's spawned from the gates of hell. But yeah, so Henry Kissinger, Howard Schultz, and then like William Perry, who's a former Secretary of Defense. And she put
Matthew
together
Perry.
this Matthew Perry,
Luke Perry.
Anyways, it's like this goon show of these super high level. And by the way, Joe Biden's in it, and he comes across as a total dope. He comes out and he's like, everyone got fucking like fell in love with her basically. They just like wanted to fuck her probably. Yeah. These old sick white guys. These old demented pervs. We're like, but whatever. If she says it's good, we're good, man.
They just gave her money based on her like charisma or something, not
But
based
she
on
talked like
any
this.
actual results.
We are going
of,
to change the entire industry. We are going to revolutionize the way we test blood and save lives. Okay?
Anyways, it's pretty good.
Diagnosis today.
It's a little boring.
As the determination.
As the determination, we will. It's starting to sound like a little like Kermit the Frog or Jordan Peterson here.
Define diagnosis today.
We define diagnosis today.
You ever listen to Howard Stern? It's that bodybuilder woman. I can't remember her name right now. By the way, I have to shout out to the great Howard Stern show. I almost want to just play this clip from that show because it's like, what's great about that show is they have these resources to go deep with prank calls, and take this like tremendous. I'm gonna find this real quick, Doug. I think you'll appreciate it.
Vladimir Putin.
It's so funny to play just a clip from another radio show. Not that this is a radio show, but
Of course.
Where is this shit?
Yes.
Oh, I see. I can.
Now you tell me.
Why don't I get? Oh man, this is annoying. I sent this to Eric, but it doesn't come up on my thing.
This is a very important topic, and it's a very sensitive topic.
What are you doing,
on the issue.
What are you guys playing? I'm not even listening.
And so my plan drops the rate from 15%.
Oh, come on, let's go. Oh, come on.
My passion and my vision is to empower America
Just
to
shut
be able
the
to
fuck
make decisions for themselves in their own lives.
We should do a me and Vic only episode. We don't no mics, no mics.
Ooh, rough crowd.
Yeah, just
a two
sounds.
laptop.
This is so annoying, guys. I apologize.
It's fuzzy math.
I can do it on my phone. Let me just.
Good times, huh?
I'm
luck.
searching my
The little man wants
messages
to go
because
to
I
the
sent
parade.
this to Eric, and anyways,
This is the grossest Billy Crystal clip I got. He's trying to have sex
wasn't
with his
sure I was
wife,
gonna like it.
and she says no, and then he says,
But look, the little man wants to go to the parade.
"That's disgusting." Who says that?
She's like, well, now that you put it like that, I guess.
Yeah, that'll
let's-
work.
I really want you to stay with me here because it's not. Oh.
Yeah,
But
rough-
let's get a call and
Yeah, rough
let's take a
corral.
call. I'll
I'm in
find.
Crystal Land.
You're
I already forgot what
brilliant.
you're looking up.
You're handsome. You're rich.
Ooh, that was a
I'm
good
really
one.
rich.
Yeah, let's call someone.
Maybe.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Hello? For being here, folks.
Hello?
Thank you.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, hi. How are you? What's your name? Where are you calling to?
Janie.
Janie's
I'm
got a
calling to
gun.
Glendale.
Come on, where the hell?
What? Like I can
Like
get
I've
it
never
that
done
quick?
You have to be quicker, Doug. You have to be on
Here,
your.
I got Steven.
Janie's got a
I've
gun.
never heard that
You never heard Janie's got a
so
gun?
much.
Come here, baby.
Never in my life. Nobody
wonder-
has ever said that to me.
I'm
You're
so
the first
sorry.
person. No, I'm in Oklahoma. How are you guys?
Hey, those are pretty cool.
that real?
Does anyone in the chat have the clip I'm talking about? It's when they call all these radio stations and do Bob and get them to say funny names. Oh, Doug, I need my laptop charger back. I'm down to 5% somehow.
Can I say hi to Doug and Vic? Hi, guys.
Go ahead.
Hey.
Who cares?
Can you hear
I
us?
love you, Doug. You're like the best. And you, Tim. of course.
And you're in Glendale.
And
Well,
Vic.
this could be a match made in heaven.
I messaged him on Instagram and asked him to marry me, but he just
Just
sent a smiley back.
Oh.
What is that from?
I'm sorry, you cut out for a second.
You know what? So listen, Janie, what's
Yes.
going on? How can I help you today?
Well, I guess I have two questions. The first one is more serious, and I was wondering, because I've been a fan for a long time,
Yeah.
and I was wondering, like, how much of your temper and, like, the stuttering or saying words wrong, how much of that is, like, real and how much of that is put on?
Well, I believe that certainly some of the dyslexic qualities that I can tap into pretty quickly are in me in a way. I do tend to stammer, and mix up my words a little bit. So it's not hard for me to. I mean, I don't have too bad of a temper generally, but I've got a little Irish. I got a little Irish in me, so I can jump. Depending on the situation, I can.
You're fired.
But
shut up.
I don't want to. I don't want to put.
I've done.
You're brilliant. Your hand.
Sorry, you cut out again.
No, it's fine. I got a good one.
Oh, there we go.
When I have
don't
it.
hold grudges against anybody.
Finally, but okay, is that your question? I don't know what to tell you, except that I believe.
Well, because I do stand-up comedy. Well, I'm just amateur. I'll never be anything.
There are no amateurs, darling. There's no amateurs. There's only truth.
And I made a lot of money in Atlantic City, and I'm very
jokes from like my own stand-up and other people. My favorites are like when it's like reality, but just slightly twisted or slightly exaggerated. Like
you want some realism in your comedy. You want it to be real.
Yeah, like I'll tell a story that actually happened, but I just kind of exaggerate it, and it's better than if I just make something totally up,
All comedy comes from a place of truth. It comes from a shared perception of the world around us, and if you separate yourself from that, you're just you're a clown. You're a joke. By the way, I just got an incoming text from a friend who sent me. Someone got a tattoo, and it says a big tattoo on his arm that says "Mobin couldn't hack it." Wow! From Check It Out. That's a big commitment.
There's someone called Mobin couldn't hack it. That's their username.
Wow. Did you have anything else, Janie, that you wanted to discuss?
This is not so serious, and it might be a dorky question, but I'm a huge fan of the Cramps. And I'm learning how to play guitar right now, and I really love Poison Ivy. I think she's great. She's still alive, and I believe you're in Glendale, and I just wonder if you have ever run into her, like out in public.
Is she in Glendale?
Yes, or she used to be.
Oh,
who's Poison Ivy? Someone from the Cramps?
The drummer?
Yeah, the guitar player. Her and the lead singer were like married, and they were like together until he died in like 2006 or something.
Wow. Well, no, I'm sorry. I don't. I'm not really familiar with the music of the Cramps. It's pretty punk rocky, right?
What's a good record to get into?
Yeah, people call it rockabilly, and I really don't think it's rockabilly. To me, it's just rhythm and blues, rock and roll.
I get the cramps when I'm about to have diarrhea. I get the cramps. I gotta find a potty.
Me too.
Diabetes.
Me too.
All right, listen. Thank you, Janie.
State Mental Hospital.
All right, I'm going to do something unprecedented in our show. I'm going to play a clip from the Howard Stern show and just get Doug's reactions. Thanks for calling in, Janie. See you at the.
I love you.
I'll see you at Fish King sometime. How about that? Fish King
in
Glendale.
I love you. Bye.
Bye.
I've been working to get radio stations around the world.
All right, Doug, enjoy this. And Vic.
To say fake names related to Gary. And this time we would say Gary was from India or Bangladesh in order to get longer and longer and more elaborate statements on the air.
Happy birthday, it says to my friend Gary Steele's Locks. That's birthday wishes from Mindy. And it says, feel free to share the gift basket I sent you.
These are all like inside jokes from the show.
Here's a happy birthday greeting going out to Gary Stu, Pid by Noel from New Delhi. Gary Stu, Pid by Noel, long distance birthday greeting. Gary turning 58.
What is that?
Birthday
I don't know what
Gary
binaural means.
Scratch my Tesla. I'll pick
Gary
you up later
scratched
so
my
we can
Tesla.
get some black and white cookies.
Gary Steether Green is celebrating his day today, along with Chris Evans, who's 20.
Did you hear what you just said? Gary's teeth are green.
Gary Steether.
No, Gary's teeth are green. I guarantee that's a joke.
Gary's
That's
teeth
excellent.
are
Whoever did
green?
that. Yeah, I know where that came from, to another radio show.
Oh, yeah?
A big one.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Huge
I
one.
thought it was an interesting name. But hey.
I love it.
There we go. Caught me again.
Gary Samooch, 58 years old today for Gary. Happy birthday.
Gary's lazy and stupid. It says, hope you get to kick back and
How
relax
did they get that
for
through?
your birthday. Love Sal and everybody at work.
Happy birthday, Gary plays solitaire. When he's at work, slow down and enjoy your day. You've earned it.
Gary Bowes, John Hine, happy 58th.
Gary Lovestein, Adel, happy from Uporth. Okay, I'm not figuring this out. Gary Lovestein Anil from Uporth. Okay. Hope you get some time alone to celebrate. Okay. Happy birthday, Gary.
There's one more thing.
All righty here. Happy birthday wishes to Gary's old girlfriend, Pooped Out Hiscom. Sorry, I'm from Bangladesh. My name is pronounced Pooped Out.
Gary's old girlfriend
Hiscom
pooped out
rhymes
his
with
cum.
wisdom. God bless you. Cool. I hope Gary has a great day.
Oh my God.
And I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week.
Well, listen, I want to say that there's very very little appreciation for Richard Christie and Sal Governale, who I talked to him about this was they have to track these radio shows, right? They have to listen. We have to put these submissions in and then listen to them and cut it down. And I think those guys don't get enough credit. The Tradio calls on that show are endlessly entertaining. They're some of the funniest and most creative people working in comedy.
I sent you a clip.
Bar none.
I sent you guys a clip from Howard Stern, and I got no response.
Oh, I did get that, but I was very busy with other things in my life.
I'm Casey Kasem.
Okay. Hi, Casey. Hi, Casey.
Casey Kasem.
All we do on this show is make each other laugh. I hope
It's
you
from a
enjoy
man in
listening
Cincinnati,
to it.
Ohio.
We have not gotten into anything real or serious or. I mean, I did exploit my feelings for you a little bit today, but no politics. It's fine. We don't have to.
Say
waste
it
time.
again.
Let's take another call.
Now, on with the countdown.
Come on. Who's calling, man?
Is Don on the phone?
Who the fuck is calling now?
It's me, Casey. Hi,
Hello?
it's me, Casey.
Hello.
Hi,
Hey.
it's me, Casey.
Who's this?
This is Charlene from Virginia. Hello?
Okay, good.
Hello?
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Hello. She can't hear us anyway, right?
I don't think she can hear us.
I can hear you, Doug.
Can you hear the drops?
I can't hear the drops.
Sure.
Am I coming through?
Want
I
another
muted
one?
my stream, so I can't hear anything.
I think just Vic's
But,
muted.
Where you
I
call?
have
Where we
some
calling
fun.
to?
From Virginia.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Casey's taking over the show today. I'm retiring. It's Casey Kasem.
What do you do in Virginia?
Everybody that calls south of the Vixen line gets trapped in that shit. So how can I help you today, Casey Kasem?
I have some puns. I don't know if you've moved on from that, but
We never move on from puns. Puns.
Okay.
We're trapped in puns for our entire life. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a few. My boyfriend broke up with me because I had a cyst. He wanted to get back together recently, but he gave me an ultimatum: the X or cyst.
Very good.
And
That's pretty good.
What do Conan O'Brien and Jerry O'Connell have in common?
What?
They are the Omen.
They are the.
I wrote this one's about like your movie that you were in. I rode a Greyhound once, and the bus driver didn't have any lips. When it was my stop, he said, "Get out, get off the us."
Get off the us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But I was wondering, would you ever like do psychic calls or like advice column calls?
That'll be the day.
Like,
What do you mean? Will I ever have a psychic on the show, or do you want me to just make some shit up about what I see in your future?
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
I've done that before.
Like,
I've done my paranormal visions. Remember, guys? So I do these visions.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Give me some of that shit. We are in my mind. We are deep in my mind. Nigel Andrews, get out. I say, I'm going. Nigel, get out of here. I'm going. All right, I'm going.
Also,
Shut up. I'm reading your mind. I'm seeing your future. Janie. This summer. this summer.
Oh,
What are you doing, Janie? I'm trying to talk to you. You've no respect for the show. Hello, darling.
I have nothing but respect.
I'm reading your mind and I'm seeing your future. Are you ready for this?
You would know if I was ready or not.
You are ready, but I'm afraid you're not going to like what you hear.
4, 3,
Here we go.
2,
Are you ready?
1.
Yes.
You're going to be in Virginia Beach this summer. You're going to be on the beach, baby.
Yeah.
And you're going to get buried alive.
Yeah. Sure smells good.
You're going to get buried alive! Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You're
This is really fucked up, but I know somebody whose husband was on a raft, an inflatable raft in the ocean, and he got lost at sea.
Okay.
And he never.
Well, this is about you, sweetie. Your friends are going to bury you in sand.
Oh, no.
And up to your neck, you see? And some little child will come by with a bucket. A bucket! A bucket! A sand toy. A bucket, a blue bucket. Oh, no!
Congratulations, little one.
And they're going to put the damn bucket on your head. And then they're going to mow your head down. When they're cleaning the beach, they're going to mow it down with the beach cleaners. And you're going to be topless. Your head's going to pop off. Bop. Pop. Head goes pop. Oh, no.
Oh, this sounds like
no.
a movie I've seen.
And glug, 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 blood's coming out of your neck, the open hole in your neck. Glug, 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 glug. And then the ocean washes your head away. Goodbye.
People pay money for this?
I'm sorry. I hope it doesn't happen. Thank you for calling.
I hope it doesn't either.
I know. We want you to be around for a long, long time, Janie. Janie, you're calling in from Virginia, one of my favorite places. And now, next up is a song from the OJs.
Want another
Coming in at number 1. That's pretty good.
Now,
let me have
the countdown.
Let me have a conversation with Casey Kasem. It's me, Casey Kasem, with my number 1 fan, Casey Kasem. Casey,
This may seem to be a strange request.
Oh.
Well,
Are you,
Casey,
am I Casey?
No, I'm talking to Casey on.
Oh, okay.
Goodbye, Janie.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna do a bit with Casey. Next up on the call is Casey Kasem. Thanks, Casey, for calling in. How can we help you today?
Hi, it's me, Casey.
Hi, Casey. Do you have any numbers you want to rattle down?
Yes.
All right. Why don't you give us your favorite number?
7.
Wow, that's a great number, Casey. That's the lucky 7, right?
Want another one?
Yeah, another number would be terrific, Casey.
4.
Oh, 4 couldn't be better, right? Could not be better than 4.
You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but God damn it if I don't understand it.
I don't get it either, Casey, I have to tell you. But
Want another one?
Yes, Casey. Another number would be really, really great right now. Let's have another number, ladies and gentlemen, from Casey Kasem.
9.
Wow, that's number 9 from Casey Kasem. What a treasured number that is. Of course,
You got all that?
That's the highest number that there is in the system. That there all the way up to 10, of course, and beyond. Well, Casey, do you have any other numbers for us today?
I'm Casey Kasem.
Yes, we have. We've had you on the show before, and we appreciate you being here. But do you have any numbers for us?
Want another one?
Yes, another number would be fantastic, Casey.
5.
5, yes, number 5. 5 golden rings, like in the great 12 Days of Christmas song. Also 5, the Jackson 5, and a number of other artists using the 5 nomenclature. Yeah. All right, Casey, anything else you want to plug or tell us today or get into?
This may seem to be a strange request.
Well, you're our guest, so whatever we can do to help you, we'd be happy to help.
Want another one?
Sure, Casey. One more number before we let you go.
6.
The devil's
I'm
number.
Casey Kasem.
I know, Casey. Thank you for being with us today. All right. That's very fun, Doug.
And I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week.
I don't know. We're looking into that, friend, and we'll get back to you real soon on that one. Thanks for calling in, Casey Kasem. I'm Casey Kasem. Let's take another call.
Okay, good.
Casey's killing it today. Says,
no one has great voices like that anymore, do they? Just
probably.
The voice of Shaggy. He did the voice of Shaggy. Right?
Yeah, he did. Scoob, jeez. Yes, sir.
You got someone?
I think the volume is down. Oh, yes, sorry. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I am calling from the St. Louis area. My name is Will.
Are you all right, Will? You seem to be in distress.
I'm doing well.
Okay.
You want to talk? We'll talk. I'm a sucker for good conversation.
Hello?
Yes, how
are
can
you
I help?
today?
Well, what can I do for you today?
What the hell I had written you yesterday about being involved in clinical trials as a psychologist.
Yes, I did notice that email, and I flagged it to be a part of the show today. So
You're upsetting the fuck out of me.
Let us discuss that. What are you? Give me the spiel. Give me the deal. Give me the spiel.
Let me try to do it quickly. So, I work in psychiatry trials primarily. So I work with people with schizophrenia.
Oh, geez.
Work with Alzheimer's, and so the majority of what I do traditionally over the past 4 years has been with schizophrenia, including people that are acutely ill. So that's basically people you'd see walking down the street, talking to themselves, disorganized behavior, that type of thing. So we bring them into our facility and run a clinical trial and basically test to see if the medicine's working. So we're testing the experimental drug against a placebo. So right off the bat, half the people potentially aren't going to get better. So they're going to stay sick while they're here. So that's probably the most challenging work I do. I've had some I've had some pretty crazy times with that. But yes, I've done a lot of different types of trials and working in people with bipolar coming in really manic and out of control.
Is it?
And doing the.
So let me ask you a couple questions because I need to move this thing forward a little bit. I appreciate the work you do. It's tremendously important that we address this problem in our culture.
Absolutely.
A couple questions I have right off the bat because I'm a great interviewer. Have there always been this this segment of the population who are tremendously unstable and whatever words you want to use that are can't really function in the society as we've created it? And has there always been this contingent of people? And in the past, we've put them into asylums. We've kind of removed them from society, and we now have kind of given up on that. We've let people. We don't believe in that anymore. But at the same time, we're not doing a great job of medicating and protecting these people. Can you comment on that perspective?
Yeah. So here's the thing about that. So before the 1950s, there wasn't really a good way to medicate.
And there were no cell phones.
Illnesses. That's true too. I mean, that's a big. That was, of course,
or CD
a
players.
Big step forward to mental health. So since the 1950s, there actually is much better ways to help people with these problems, and so that's why the push for deinstitutionalization happened, into the 80s and 90s and today. So there's, a net gain to the way in which these people are treated. There's been certainly huge steps forward. The problem now, though, is there's not a lot of really, really good new ideas coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So the pipeline for even better treatments really has been stalled in a lot of psychiatry indications for the past maybe 15 years or so. And actually, one of the newer treatments that you may have seen this week is there was a new fast-acting treatment for postpartum depression.
Oh.
And so I work
I have not seen that.
in some similar trials to that.
But let's talk about the most severe cases where you have most severe cases where you have people who are really like the people you see on the street that are walking and talking to themselves and can't take care of themselves. What do we do with these people? How do we because you have to have compassion and sympathy for these people, but you also want to have a society where you feel safe, or you know. What can we do? Are these people can they be taken care of in a way that is respectful to them?
I think so. So I think part of the issue is finding housing for folks. I mean,
yes,
group
housing
homes and other places. But here's the other thing. So part of what I was working on over the past when I started over the past 4 years to now are very long acting antipsychotic medications. So there actually are. In final stages of approval, and I think there have been some that have been approved, are 6-month-long injections people get.
Wow.
So they're not taking daily pills.
Vic,
They're
we need to
just
put you on
getting,
that.
twice a year.
Get me a year's worth.
Twice a year getting an injection.
How do you like
and
that?
So that actually is probably one of the best strategies for long-term care for folks, because med compliance is a huge issue with seriously mentally ill populations. So getting them on long-acting medicine is, I think, going to be, long term, that'll be a huge impact. And then that's also true with like heroin, opiate addiction. I was working in some trials that had long acting opiate treatment, 3 months, 6 month long treatment.
Wow.
So
let me ask you one more question.
That's
towards the end of the show, so we do have to wrap this up. One more question, which is a controversial subject, I believe, is the connection between some of these SRIs. Is that the right name for it?
SSRIs.
SSRIs. And
SSRIs.
And these, and things like suicide and shootings and psychotic behavior from people that we find out have been on these things. Are we sitting atop a conspiracy here, or is it just anecdotal and there's going to be some unintended negative consequences from this? But overall, it's a positive to society because so many people are relatively healthy because of the medication.
So basically, it's sort of a causation versus correlation issue. So if you say that, X number of million people are on, let's say, an SSRI for depression, and, a very, very minuscule percentage of them commit a crime, or it's, serious, like a mass shooting, you could also say something like, well, every single one of these people had shoes on, so shoes must have been an issue in the killing. So it's really hard to parse that out. You need a really big sample size to really say, okay, this medicine's causing this or is a huge contributor to this. That's one reason why it's really hard to predict things like a mass shooting, is because the numbers of real numbers that are actually happening are tiny compared to the population. So it's very, very difficult to draw causal conclusions about that type of thing. But it is a concern, and I'm as horrified as the next person looking at the latest mass shooting that happened, and what in the world are these people thinking, and what is it about our society that's ultimately causing this to happen? And I think a lot of people are at a loss for that.
Yeah, it's very confusing. But I don't know how to end the show now because we're on such a serious. We were giddy like little children smoking marijuana cigarettes today. But
I feel bad about it.
No, I appreciate it. Of course, I like having this side of the show to be a part of the show, and I appreciate the hard work you do. You seem like a very serious guy. Are you starting a big startup company?
I'm not very serious. That's the problem.
Okay.
No. I work for just a company, and we
is it Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Contract out to. I wish it was.
You're like a Kentucky Fried idiot.
No, we contract out to medicine companies and run trials.
All right. Well, thank you for all the hard work you do.
Hey, Tim, thank you as well for all the hard work you do, because I can't keep up with your output.
I know.
Absolutely astounding how much
you do.
Well,
day in,
I
day
have
out,
tremendous
year
periods
in,
of
year out.
urine. Excuse me.
Don't you have something to say?
All right. Thank you. Let's wrap the show up.
Dude.
Goodbye, caller.
Thanks,
thank you for
Tom.
calling in, son.
Dude.
Son.
I win 1-0.
Well, we had a fun show today, I believe. I think we had a lot of laughs. And do you guys have anything you want to add? You guys just fully drained? Are your batteries on empty? Thank you, Ted. We like having fun with our callers today. I think that worked out pretty good, having the people like just getting calls on the phone, right?
Yeah, it worked out nice.
It worked out fine. Doug?
And the from the last show, the Like Having Fun remixes keep coming in.
Yeah, there's some.
Oh my God.
That's something I think we should get a big playlist going because there's, just
yeah. Well, and we'll work on the Spotify thing.
Yeah.
Well, they're not.
I know. I'm saying
Spotify
separate.
wouldn't work. But,
separately, we'll address both issues. Doug, anything you want to plug, promote, let people know about? I want to just, before I do that, On Cinema Live is coming. The tickets are selling fast in the Midwest, in the South, and the Texas regions. Go to timheidecker.com/events to ensure your tickets. Go see Us this weekend if you haven't. I know it's, like I've said on Twitter, it's a movie that really deserves and demands to be seen with a nice group of people you guys can all have the chills and the thrills together at the same time. And a lot of good laughs in the movie too. And it's just really fun to see it with a group of people.
Right.
And I'm trying not to sound like a huckster here, selling you guys on going to see a movie, but please. Please. I like it all. And I love hearing your thoughts. It's not going to be for everybody. I told Jordan this when I signed on. I said, listen, man, you're making a controversial movie here.
You know what I was thinking?
And this is tough stuff you're doing.
Do you believe in God?
And people are going to not like it out there. People are dumb and confused, and they want the same shit piled in front of their mouths every day. They want to watch their Kardashians.
Now, if you could take
and they just
Coca-Cola
want Get
and
Out
just
2.
go half Coca-Cola.
Excuse me. They want their Get Out 2, and they just want everything to be exactly how they want it. And they want to be cozy and comfortable with the media they consume.
Can I have a junior
This
Western
movie
bacon
challenges
cheese?
you. This movie challenges you, puts you to the test.
Need I say much more?
So go in with an open mind, but it's just a movie, so who cares really?
I'll tell you what I want.
Thank you for listening today.
Can I plug my thing?
Oh, yes, of course.
I mean, I don't have. Okay, so I have a podcast.
This better be good.
Check out the Poundcast. Look that up on your wherever the podcasts are found. Me and Brent Weinbach do a YouTube show every week called Microscope Show.
Oh yeah, sign up to the
great.
Patreon for
watch,
that, right?
Watch Microscope Show.
Is that only available through your Patreon?
Sign up No, it's on YouTube for anybody. Just check that out.
It's on YouTube. Yes, it's on YouTube. Thank you to my guest Nigel Andrews today for being here. I say it's been an absolute disgrace to be on the show. And Vic, how about your Patreon? That's
I got a Patreon.com/Patreon.
Vic
Berger, no K in the name. VIC BERGER.
Vic, you continue to put out masterful work. What was the last thing I saw that you put out that I really did enjoy? What's the last few
There's
things?
the For the Boys.
For the
thing.
Boys!
Oh, yeah.
Saturdays for the Boys.
Saturdays are for the boys.
That was crazy.
What is that? What was that all
I don't
about?
like the origins of it. I think have to do with like that website Barstool Sports or something. And it's just like this manly thing.
It's just a bro situation.
Stay away from the ladies and
it's a tough crowd. But that shot that you had, that you found of fucking Don Jr. kind of getting deer in the headlights is deeply upsetting and funny. All right, let's go out on some I Like Having Fun. We'll see you guys hopefully next week. I'm around. Hope you guys are around.
Sure smells
And
good.
We keep doing the show. We keep loving doing the show. I like to laugh. I like to meet people who can make me laugh. I like having fun. Yes, I like to laugh. I like having fun to meet people who laugh.
I'm a lawyer. I'm Jerry Cowboy. Going on vacation?
Bye, guys.
Yes. Is that correct? Are all snakes?